right, Ginny is all clean. Here are our now clean extensions. I'm just going to clamp them so that when I put them on, stuff doesn't come out. I'm going to first put on her G-tube extension because she doesn't really tolerate anything in her stomach for very long. Even just, 15 minutes can sometimes be a problem. She's that sensitive at the moment. So if you see, I'm just lining up the two lines there. I'm going to hold the base as I do it, and it'll just kind of snap in as you push the extension in. And then you're going to turn it the way the arrow says, 180 degrees. And then I'm going to tape it down. Here is my ferrule bag extension. So I'm just going to hook this up. It's clamped so that stuff isn't coming out of it because I was using it earlier. Make certain the medicine port is closed. It's no fun when stuff starts coming out of that when you think you're all set. And you're going to unclamp that side and unclamp this side. Now her stomach can vent while I finish getting this all set up. And she won't have any problems, hopefully. I'm just going to cut ahead. This is my MeFix tape. Yeah, little hands can be difficult to work with when you're trying to do all this, especially if you're alone. You just do your best. MeFix tape I really like because I found it irritates your skin the least when it comes to taping these extensions down. I like to cut a few at a time so that it's quicker other times when I'm in a more of a hurry maybe, so that I have some already cut. And I just cut them down the middle. I have these little, oh, nope. She's not too bad at grabbing. She's never, but still tricky. They have these little tabs. You can just kind of pull it open, pull the thing off of the tape. You do this tent taping method where you tape it. I kind of go down on one side and then around the tube, and then I tape the tape to itself and then back on the skin on the other side. I think they call it tent taping method or something like that. If you know the right name, go ahead and post below. I'm not really sure. So I did not want it to stick very well. She has irritated skin from all this tape. What's unfortunate about the GJ port is that you can't turn it. Don't ever turn it. It's not like the G-tube port where you do turn it every day. But you see her skin is kind of irritated because what's nice, that's the hydrocortisone cream I use. That really helps with her irritated skin. That's what works for her. But what's really nice about the G-tube port is that with her irritated skin, it'll be irritated on one side, and I can put the lotion on, and then I'm taping on the other side of her belly, and that side doesn't have lotion on it, so it's easily tapes. But when she has irritated skin, and I need to get the stuff back on, I'll put the lotion on, but then the tape doesn't stick as well, so sometimes it takes a few tries. It might not even, I might have to retape it again in an hour or two, possibly. See, now her G tube is venting. That's her J port I just pointed to. Now I'm going to take some Q-tips and syringe. I like to have all this ready to go before I start because I don't want to leave her alone unattended. I just have some syringe water ready to just put on those Q-tips and put a dab of soap on one. This is my easy, quick method, don't have to go anywhere method. I pour a little more water on it so it's not too soapy. I'm going to start cleaning around her, around the port. So you start at the base, and then you're just going to kind of work your way out, just rolling back and forth. You definitely want, especially if you have a GJ port, you want to be really diligent about doing this every day because you can't turn it, and so there is more chance of infection and irritation. It's bigger and bulkier and definitely not that fun, but anyway. I just finished doing it with the soap. Now I'm going to do it with just some water, one with just some water on it to kind of clean off the soap. It's good to check, that it feels the same. It's not much tighter or much looser than usual. And then I do some dry Q-tips to just get it really dry under there. You don't want it to be wet. I'm just going to point out her stomach is venting right now. And you see there's been little specks of blood coming out at this point. And just something I've been watching. If you ever see specks of blood coming out when it's venting, not something to be too concerned about, just something to watch. These G tubes can be can irritate the stomach and cause some blood to come out. If you see a lot, once I saw as much as about like 6 cc's, that's like 6 mLs of blood come out. That was what time when she was sick and throwing up a lot. It turned out she was just had been throwing up so much for so long that it was gotten irritated to the point that it had blood coming out. It didn't continue, so it ended up not being a problem. I took it to the ER and everything looked good in the x-rays and whatnot. Alright, I'm just going to take my GJ extension. Same thing, lining up the lines and turning 180 degrees. I'm going to connect the feeding tube. That's all set up. Again, make certain the medicine port is closed. I don't know how many times I've found the medicine port open and I think it's closed and I think I'm feeding her and I come back an hour later and there's food all over her bed. It's really sad formula. Anyway, so now I'm just going to do the same taping method on the other one and fix that one that came off. I like to do 2 for each. This is the gauze that I put under the port. It has this little split that you can make yourself if you don't have gauze. It comes like this. You use with scissors and then cut little like crow's feet at the end so that it has the same effect. But usually you can ask for these from your home health supplies provider. Put that underneath. And with this port, because it's so big, I only put 1 underneath. And then I actually tape the one side so it doesn't move around very much. She has just a G tube port now, and I don't really need to do that. If it's 2 gauze, then I just, I don't really need to tape the gauze down. Then I like to put a onesie on her, and that kind of just keeps all this from going anywhere too much, and she can't really grab it. If you know, you can. I also like to wrap a blanket around her tummy. That's what I'm pointing to. To kind of maybe even give more protection to all that junk there. All right, thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful.